Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name's Michelle and I call myself the Beauty Treasure Hunter. Today we're going to take a really famous foundation and alter the shade without changing the formula and without it pulling too warm. Also going to use a little trick on the eyes that supposedly makes my eyes look bigger, more open. We'll see if you agree. So if you want to see how I got this look and what some of the really cool products are and very reasonably priced products, then hang right with me. Let's get started today. I have cleansed with a cleansing oil, used a milky toner. After that, I'm going to pop what I'm using up on my screen. It is 100% silicone. It's a scar gel. And so I am trying that under the eyes and the eyelids and just over my usual wrinkly places. And we'll see how that goes today. For my sunscreen, I'm so excited. I'm really liking this. And I've noticed there are several on Amazon. Just make sure if you want to try it that you make sure it is the one that has the SPF in it. They do make these color correctors without the SPF. And actually, I don't think it does much color correcting, but it does an excellent job as the sunscreen, because as you rub, it shears out into a watery consistency, and that is the type of sunscreen I like to use under makeup. So actually, in trying this out, I have found my new favorite. I'm going to prime my eyelids with my Sorbet undershadow. I always have a rough time getting this open because it has that little rubber seal to keep it nice and moist. The eyeshadow I'm going to use today is this palette by Anastasia. It is the Nouveau. I got mine at Marshall's on sale. I think I gave like $13 for mine. I love these colors, love them. So I'm going to start with this matte right down here. I also have a new brush set for an eye brush set, also by Beachwalk. These remind me of a lot of the Refer brushes. So I'm going to be using this set today. I'm going to start with one that's just big and fluffy. It says the 142 Concealer Buffer. But I'm going to use it in my light matte shade to start off with. It's nice and soft. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next one over. It's called Fleur, flower in French. I'm going to move to this one right here. And it says it is just eyeshadow blender, 227. These remind me of like the Refer Shadow brushes, which they kind of have little fibers at the top, or the hairs stick out a little farther than some. So it really gives it a nice light feeling. It's really great for blending. I don't have any of the actual Refer brushes, but that's on my list of things to try. So now that I have these, I'll have to get some to compare. I think this set was only like $10. I will pop it up on the screen. But these truly are different than other brushes I already had. Okay, now I'm going to keep this brush and I'm going to go into this matte green olive. It is called Liberty. And this set also comes with some really good detailer brushes, and this one's a 226 smudger. I'm going to go in with this green sheen. It's called Hope. I'm going to take that underneath first. And I'm going to keep this brush, but I cleaned it off, and I'm going to go into a color called Mousse. It is a chocolate brown. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm gonna do that on the upper lash line. I'm gonna try it from about a third of the way in over. Saw one gal recommend, and I think I've come over a little bit too far, but like staying on the outer part above the lash line and then going under for the inner part to kind of open up the eye a little bit. So let's see if I like that. I have unevenly hooded eyes though, so sometimes I can't pull off those little tricks. I have to just do things to make them look symmetrical. Now I'm going to try this light green sheen up here. I don't know if you can tell that it's light green. These are so creamy feeling. They're powder, but I'm going to put it right in here. So I tried not to disturb the line that I made. And there's a really pretty, it is a strange color. It's called Peacock, and it's kind of blue and brown, and does have a shimmer. And I'm gonna take that and just put it right below the iris. Wiggle, wiggle. They say if you take a color close to your eye color and put it right beneath the colored part, your iris, that it kind of makes your eyes look bigger, more open. And I'm gonna have to clean that up underneath. And I look like good old Alice Cooper again. I'm gonna use my Powder Louder today in Ash Brown. And they say that it makes your eyes look more large and open also if you brush up. I have to be careful though, because mine get really long and that can look really crazy if I don't have them nicely trimmed. Gonna reach for my Ardell today, and I've just been trying to go a little bit lighter with it because it can really dry stiff. I saw where CoverGirl said they had reformulated their Tru-Blend concealer, so I got it in shade L600 Light Nude. It's a pretty big doe foot, so I got a lot on that first dip, maybe too much. And I'm enjoying this new little Catrice concealer brush. I like the shape of it. I like how I can get right in that corner. Okay, we'll let that dry down a little bit. All right, I had a request, so I'm gonna pop that on the screen. It was another color altering foundation request. We're gonna be dealing with, let's see, okay, these bottom two. This one is the color in question. It is Estee Lauder Double Wear in 3C2 Pebble. This is the new version of it, okay? We want to make it look more like 2C3, so a little bit lighter, but we don't want it to pull warm. So sometimes, like if you add in purple to this, which is the trick that I love, and my favorite thing to add in is this Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is like a lavender, but it's blush. It's called Baby Pink, but it's lavender. When you add it in to it, it makes it get even darker. But this viewer wants this shade to be a little bit lighter, but not, see how this kind of has some red in it? We don't want it to pull warm. We want it to just lighten, but not go toward the warm. So my favorite thing to add in to do that really is the e.l.f. Soft Glam. This is one of the correctors. It's the white one. I also have this by Amora, which is in Five Below. The key is to pick something that's pretty thin. I have other things that I have tried to lighten with that just didn't work for me. And this one is the Revolution Conceal and Define. It's in white, but it is a full coverage foundation. This is just too thick. It alters the formulas too much, in my opinion. And I have some others also that I feel are too thick. The key, what I really like about the e.l.f. is its consistency. Now, I also want to explain what these two are, just in case you don't want to spend the money on the Estee Lauder. I have to mention the W7. Uh, the dupe for this one is Estee Lauder in 2C3, which is Fresco. This is Fresh Beige in the W7. This is 3C2 in the Estee Lauder. And this is Natural Beige in the W7. And both of these are available on Amazon. I think they're like $6.95. I don't know how much longer they're going to make them, so if you want to grab the W7 dupes, now's the time to do it. But we're going to try to alter this shade right here. So here is the 3C2. I'm going to take a little bit of the e.l.f. in white. And what happens is it makes it a lighter version, but it does not pull it to the warm. If you take it and you put in like the purple that I've been suggesting, then it makes it even darker. It just takes that color and makes it, this particular one, darker. Okay, so I'm going to use this today because I like this color. And before I do that, my trick lately has been to take a concealer and kind of spackle my pores with it. So I have this Maybelline cover stick. I'm trying all the sticks that I have. This one is in Ivory. I wanted the medium, but it was unavailable. So this is going to be a little bit light. I'm just going to put a little bit everywhere I have pores. I already have foundation on this finger, so I'm going to have to use my ring fingers. This is actually what I did most of the time as a teenager. I would only wear concealer just in the spots that I needed it. Didn't do a whole lot of foundation at all. But now I love a good foundation because I think it's like skincare too. All right, so now I can go in. This is the Altered Double Wear. It's 3C2 mixed with some e.l.f. white color corrector. And adding that in gives you a little bit more blend time than you normally have with the double wear. Right now I'm going to tap out my concealer up here, kind of blend it in to my foundation. One of the first things I plan on doing if I make it to the monetization is getting a camera. I have a little webcam that can record in 4K, which is what I'm doing, sitting on top of my laptop. It's the cheapest way I could get started. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my contour. I use the Milani Supercharged bronzing stick in 160 bronze voltage. It's just my favorite. I've tried oodles. This one is more like a gloss. It also smells like chocolate. So a lot of the other ones I have tried are more like an opaque cream. This is more like a gloss, so it blends out like an absolute dream. I'm gonna reach for my Flat Top 60 in the View Art. Remember that the main set I use matches up to the Sephora brushes. And those suckers have really gone up in price. I was noticing during the sale this time. Yeah, you get 30% off, but when a brush is $35, you know, you're still going to be paying quite a bit. Where you could get this entire set, 19 pieces, for $27. It's crazy. And I'm really convinced that it's the same factory. I don't know that for sure, but they look near exact. Okay, I've used this one before, but I'm going to do it again. It's the Catrice. It's the Velvet Pudding. This one's in Maple Mousse, I do believe. I'm going to use this one. It's kind of like a kitten paw. I do have little bags under my eyes, and I have noticed that just bringing my blush and my bronzer up a little closer kind of makes that recede. It's all like painting color theory, isn't it? Since I love the CoverGirl Tru-Blend, the Skin Enhancer blushes so much, I decided to try this shade, Berry Punch, and it packs a punch. So I'm going to be very light-handed with it, with my number 93. You can kind of see I stained it yesterday. Just barely. That's all it takes. I don't know why I whispered. I'm going to use one of my favorite bronzers today, RMS. And this one is in the shade Beachwalk Betty. These are an investment, but from that point on, you pop it out and put in a refill that's not as expensive, so that's nice. And this looks like it has a sheen, but really can't tell. Because normally I don't like bronzers that are glowy. I'm going to kind of dust over all of that with my CoverGirl Tru-Blend Skin Enhancer setting powder. This one's in 510 Snickerdoodle. I also have 500 Sugar Cookie, and it's a little bit lighter. I got just a big fluffy brush dedicated to this. Gonna load it up. That does not, however, do away with my need for my Carsland powder. I still need it. I love how the little puff is washable, so I have washed it. I use it to fill in the pores. I have noticed as I get older, I'm really seeing the pores stretch right in here. I'm sure it's gravity. And I waited until this went on clearance at my Marshall's. It is the MAC Whisper of Gilt Extra Dimension Skinfinish. It's a highlighter, but it's very subtle. And looking at it, you would think, oh my gosh, that's going to be blinding gold. But really, it's not. I love how it has these little ridges in here, so I can, you know, go down. Pick it up. But see, it's not over the top, so I don't have to be too careful. I can just let it fly. Like it. All right, for the lips today, I'm gonna go in with my new Catrice Gel Lip Liner in Toffee Talk. I really love this color. And I got at Marshall's this Mellow Blurring Lip Pencil by Holika. It is in the shade 02, Nude Beige in Nude. And I don't like using it as a lip liner because I don't like that smudgy lip line. So I'm just going to fill it in. So it's almost like a nude concealer lip. But then on top of that, I told you I tried the new, it's Lifter Gel. It's oil, let's see, is it called oil in gel? Yeah. And this one is in Vanilla Horchata. And you twist it up. It doesn't have a taste, it's different. It's like, but you can taste something. I wouldn't call it pleasant, but I do like the shine and this particular color. Okay, for setting spray today, I'm going to go back to my Cars Land Black Magnet powder spray, soft focus liquid powder spray. That is very pleasant. I cannot tell you how many times I have gotten in the car and looked in the mirror and thought, great, I didn't put any mascara on my lower lashes. So I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Sculpt. And I told you I was going to set down my under eyes, but I never did. Let's see if I need to. I don't think I need to because I got up in there with some powder blush and I think that did the trick. Okay, before I do my hair, I'm gonna explain how I curl it. I use the Ionic Long Barrel curling iron. It ionizes molecules around the barrel, which means it draws the moisture from the air to the barrel. So it really will save your hair. It is less damaging than a normal curling iron or flat iron. So what I do, I also use a spray. I will put the spray that I've been using on the screen. It's like OGX. It's a protein bond spray. And I take just this the first section up high toward away from my face, and then I take a section down this like underneath it and do toward. Same thing over here, top section away from, bottom section toward. Everything else, I take big sections. Let's see if I can show you, bottom to top, and I do it just like that, and I'm going away, away, away until I get in the middle, and I do the same on this side, away, away. And if I do it differently, I can tell I don't like it as well. So this is my final look for the day. I do like the lighter version of the Estee Lauder C32 Pebble. I think we altered it back down to the 2C3 Fresco shade. But remember, W7 makes some really good dupes. Don't know how much longer, but you might want to grab them up. Everything feels nice. Doesn't feel like I'm wearing, a full coverage foundation. Feels very comfortable. Thank you for watching. Please help me grow my channel. Just like and subscribe and leave a comment wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. I do think about you all. I wish I could meet with you and we could be friends. I feel like I'm making new friends anyway. Be kind to each other and be kind to yourself. Do things that make you happy and make others happy. And I hope you see me next time.